Hi everybody, it's Budget Pumpkin, and today we are going to talk about our budget with me. So we're going to talk about our cash flow for our paycheck for October 21st, and this paycheck has to cover from October 21st all the way through till November 3rd. So let's get started.
Hello and welcome to Budget Pumpkin. My name is Wendy and welcome to my channel. On this channel, we're going to talk about things like budgeting, cash stuffing, planning, dealing with debt, savings challenges, and everything that you could want to know about budgeting. And you're going to be with me on my journey to become debt-free. So if this is something that you want to look into, please tap subscribe and like and comment on this video, and thank you for being here.
Okay, so first things first, thank you for watching. First of all, we're over 330 subscribers, and I never thought that we would hit that kind of number. I know a lot of people do giveaways and things for subscribers, so I think that we'll do our first giveaway at 500. It's not going to be like a crazy big thing, but I definitely want to give something away just to show my appreciation to everyone who has subscribed. And just, I didn't really think that people would want to listen to what I had to say, but I wanted to share my story to hold myself accountable, and it seems like a lot of other people are really loving this message too, so I just wanted to thank you. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you stay around and you find some value in what we're doing here. So first of all, we are a 2-check household. It's my husband and I. We both work. We both get paid bi-weekly, and we get paid on the same day. So today is the payday. Next week will not be. So, I don't know. I kind of like getting the big chunk because I feel like we can do more with our money than being paid like on opposite schedules. But then it also is weird to not have money every week and having to budget for a full 2 weeks. So, hubby got $21.66.58, and I got $17.96.65 for a total of $39.63.23. So let's just talk about these numbers really quick. So this would be kind of a little slightly high, but this is gonna like close to my normal, what I'm gonna bring home every 2 weeks. I don't really have much opportunity for overtime at my job, so this is kind of what it's gonna be, and I also carry benefits. His check is actually quite a bit more than normal, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, he was carrying our benefits, now I am. So when we canceled his benefits, he actually got extra money for because we're no longer paying for the benefits out of his check. Plus, he was retroactively paid through October 1st. They gave him a reimbursement for that. So his check's probably about almost $300 more than it should be. He also really doesn't have any overtime because he had an emergency eye surgery, and he is doing well. His eye surgery went really well. The doctor is very happy. He's seeing better. He's going to get his other eye done in early November. So the next couple of weeks, he's just going to kind of trying to be stacking some hours. And so you'll see that in the next budget with me. He's going to try and stack some hours because he used most of his time, what they call PTO, personal time off. It's all your vacation and sick rolled into one. But he used most of his PTO up for this eye surgery that was not planned. So he's trying to work extra so that he can get ahead. Let's see, so bills. So between, make sure I don't burn my paper. Between October 21st, which is here, and November 4th, there really isn't much to pay. So we have a mortgage and our internet bill, credit card number 9, credit card 10, and credit card number 2. That's all that we have to pay until this next check. And so you'll see that we're going to end up with a little bit extra. Again, I pre-fill out the worksheet and because I'm not that good at math. So for our bills on the 25th, we have our mortgage for $1,100. And on the 1st, we pay our internet bill. And that is $90. So this is $1,190 here, if we add these two up, right? But if we look, we're trying to make sure we're covering at least a half of a month, which is these numbers here. So we really want to cover $1,228, and we're only at $1,190. So I want to save extra for the next check because we know the next check's going to be bigger. And actually on our last check, when we did this, on our last check, we had $213 extra. That's money and it's in the bank. I keep it there because it's for our bills. We're not a month ahead, so I don't take my bill money out of the bank. So we had $213 we were saving for our next, for the next check. And we're going to add that to that, and we're actually going to add $38. So our total for this pink number 2 bill box is $1,228. Nope, and I did forget. So this is kind of down here is our totals. So down here I'll put 39, 63, 23, and then this 1228. Okay. Now, as I'm going through when I'm doing our budget, I will start subtracting. So if we take this 39, 63, 23 and we subtract our 1228, we have 27.35 and 23 cents left after we take out our bills. Now we have our debt. So on the 27th, we have credit card number 9. We pay $100 on that card. On the 30th is credit card number 10. And we also pay $100 on that card. And then on the 2nd of November, we pay credit card number 1, $650. So if we add these up, again, we're going to have extra money, right? Because $650, $750, $850 is what this totals to. But if we look at our total for box number 3, we should be spending $950. So I'm going to save for the next check again. Next check, $100. So now this total adds up to our $950 that we want up here. And if you're curious as to why I'm making sure that each check I cover 1/2 of the month bills, it's so that we can eventually get a month ahead, which should happen for us in June of next year. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use our magic months to kind of save the extra money by only allocating 2 checks per month. And if you look at my last video that I uploaded, and I can link it in the comments, but I talked about how to get a month ahead and the strategy that we're using to do that. So that's why I'm always trying to cover a half of a month of bills on these two. If we're under, we save it for the months that we're going to be over, because there are going to be checks that we will be over. Subscriptions, I saved $270 out of this paycheck for subscriptions. Oh, let me put this, sorry, jumping ahead, $950. And if we subtract that out, we have $1,785.23 after we fill out box number 3. Subscriptions, $270. I save between subscriptions and sinking funds, which right now the only one I'm saving for is our driver's license and car plates for our car. Between these two, I save $600 a month. And out of the second check for the month is when I save the $30 for the driver's license and plates. So, again, we do not have, so this would be a total of $570 a month for subscriptions. We do not have that much in subscriptions. I am using this as a savings. So like a lot of our subscriptions, I signed up on a yearly plan because it's cheaper. So I've been saving each month since we've started, but we only started with our September paychecks. So I've been saving each paycheck for all of our subscriptions, but some of them are paid annually, and I haven't had a year to save up for the annual subscription. I almost said prescription, but subscription. So that we take that into consideration. We also have other things that we need to save for that probably would belong in the sinking funds category, like medical expenses and like maybe car maintenance, things of that nature. So I save the $600 between these two categories, and that hopefully will help us cover. We're going to see as the expenses start happening how that's going to work out. So I hope that I'm saving enough money. I just realized I forgot to fill this in. So I hope that we're going to be saving enough money for these. It's better than not having anything saved. I'm trying to overestimate a little bit. So this is $270. So $270 here. And then that gives us $1,515.23. Here, I'm actually going to skip this one for a minute and come down here. So we've got gas, groceries, $100. So these are sinking funds that I leave in the bank. This is what I pull out cash from this box right here. So gas, we get $100 a week, because remember this covers 2 weeks of expenses. So $100 a week here, $100 a week for groceries. Hubby gets 110 and I get 95. We both set our own amounts and we're okay with them. And then the month ahead fund gets $50. And then I'd realized that we weren't saving anything for Christmas or anything like that. So we're not doing anything for Halloween this year, but for Thanksgiving, 3 more checks till Thanksgiving if you're paid on the same days I am. So $50 per check, $150 per check for Christmas, because if you're on the same pay days I am, we have like 5 paychecks till Christmas. And then New Year's Eve, we usually go out for a date night. So we are saving $60 per check, and we have actually 7 more paychecks until New Year's Eve. So we're saving all of these amounts. I don't know that we're going to need all of the money that we're saving, but we're going to save it up anyway. It can always go to pay off debt or something else. If we don't need the money, I'd rather have it and not go into debt because we overspent. So we're also taking our extra, and that's $100. So what we decided was if we have a larger check, we would take our extra $100 and then apply all the rest to debt or whatever else we're doing, because if we have an extra check, we're working hard for it. This we've actually earmarked to have a date night, and we hadn't had a date night in a really long time, and so we had a date night the other week, like right before my husband had to have his eye surgery. And it was really nice just going out and being normal. And so we decided that we kind of want to make that a priority. So our next date night is going to be in early November. I know it's kind of weird to plan it, but my husband wants to go to like a Cajun seafood restaurant, and I can't find any prices. So we're going to save up $200 this extra, and if we get extra next check, to fund our date night. Because even though we are in debt, and here's one of the things, when you're in debt, you still have to, as long as you're making your minimum payments, you're paying a little bit extra at least towards your debt. I really feel like you still have to have a life, because if you don't have a life and you don't go and do things that you want to do and you don't celebrate those little victories, you kind of get resentful of the budget because you feel really restricted. So we wanted to come up with like little ways that we could reward ourselves and not have to, you know, go into a massive amount of debt or like just say screw it and just completely blow the budget. So this is a total of $1,015. Okay, and now we're going to come back up to here. So we've got a couple of things. We had some budget overspending during this check. And we overspent by $331.84. And the things that we overspent it on were things mostly that were related to my husband's eye surgery. So like he took my dad out to breakfast because my dad's been really awesome, but like he took him to his emergency appointment last week Monday, and then I took him to his eye surgery on Tuesday, and then Wednesday my dad took him to his follow-up appointment. And my dad, it's about an hour drive, and my dad won't take any money for gas or anything, so we did take my dad to breakfast. We had to buy prescriptions that weren't budgeted for, and some co-pays and things like that. That was most of it. And then we had a little bit that wasn't budgeted for I did buy some supplies to sell in the Etsy shop for me to make things. Because the Etsy shop is not self-sufficient yet. Like, I'm not bringing in enough money, but I have to have product to sell. So we did make a little bit of an investment there. And then the rest of the check, what we decided to do was put it in medical, because we know that he's going to have another eye surgery. And so I can't write. Apparently I can't write and think at the same time or talk. We know that he's going to have another eye surgery. So, let's see, that totals $500.23. So, you know, like, we know he's going to need another eye surgery. He's going to need more prescriptions for what he has going on. So we just decided to kind of toss it there. So that way the money's sitting there. If we need it for something else, we can always pull it. So down here in our box here, so $500.23. So if I take this 1523 minus 523, that leaves us $1,015, which is the same. All of these expenses tally to $39.63 and 23. I'm gonna have to have a new pen for the next video, which gives us a total of 0, which is what we want because we are on a zero-based budget. So when you're on a zero-based budget, every dollar that comes in, it gets a job. It could be a savings job, it could be a spending job, it could be you know, whatever you need it for. It could be a cushion in the bank. It could be for whatever you want. Some people tithe, some people you know, it really is whatever your priorities are. You know, we don't have childcare expenses. Some people have to pay for that. So your budget isn't necessarily have to be restrictive, but it is a plan for your money, and it helps you be more mindful of how you're spending your money. So we got into debt, and I've done my debt video, but we got into debt because we just started swiping our card, and there was a lot of reasons why the situation ended up happening. We're taking ownership of our debt, and we are working our way out of debt. So this credit card number 10, and I forgot to star this one, but this credit card number 10 is the first credit card that we are going to pay off. And I think that's going to be paid off in the month of November, honestly, because I had some extra money So for our car insurance, we save $300 a month, and then I pay my premium every 6 months. So there was a couple $100 left over from that. So with that, putting it on this credit card because it's extra money, and this payment, and then with November, I'm pretty sure that we're going to pay this card off in November, and then we can start making extra payments to the next credit card, which I want to figure out what that one is. So, but that's it. Here's the budget. Everything's here. Everything is accounted for. I do like to do our budget with me separate from my cash stuffing video. So this right here, this down here is going to tell me what to cash stuff and what to put in my envelopes. So if you want to know, if you watch that video, you want to know how, you have to come see this one, and then you'll get it. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Hopefully my journey inspires you to be more mindful in your journey. I feel like people don't look up financial videos unless they really need help with finance. So I hope that whatever happened here today is going to help you on your journey. I've been thinking about I like to journal, so I actually hand draw all of these. But I feel like if this is going to help you, then if I should but I should maybe make this digitally and put it up in my Etsy shop. So as a download. So if that's something that you think would help you, please let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure that I get it up there. Again, thank you for being here. If you hung out, please subscribe if you feel like there's more good information to come. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. And until the next video, I'll talk to you later.